Hey, this is Trina. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're gonna watch as two young chefs compete under pressure. Because you know, a lot of people know how to cook, but not everybody knows how to manage a kitchen. Let's see what our two chefs have on the menu for tonight.
Eggs Benedict is a poached egg on ham and an English muffin topped with hollandaise sauce, which is kind of like a fancy mayonnaise.
I'm going to be making a breakfast sandwich with eggs, bacon, cheese in them on top of fried apples.
My hollandaise sauce was made sous vide style, so it had to be made a couple hours before. I made it with egg yolks, butter, lemon, and a little bit of reduced champagne vinegar. The first thing I did was reheat my hollandaise in a double boiler.
So I started by grinding some whole wheat flour, which is just really simple because we have a machine to do it. And then I did some also all-purpose flour in there and some sugar, other stuff, salt. I just drew a blank.
Don't even know what you put in your own biscuits?
No, I just drew a blank.
Then I toasted my English muffins and browned my ham and put them in the toaster oven to keep them warm till it was time to serve them.
That's all the baking powder we have?
Yes.
So I'm putting my baking powder in and I realized I only have a little over a tablespoon and I need a whole quarter cup, which is 4 tablespoons. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do.
Give up.
Will I just use baking soda for the rest?
What do you think?
You're the one on this cooking show, Jesse, not her.
There's baking soda in baking powder.
There's baking soda in baking powder. There's also cream of tartar. If you replace it with pure baking soda, it's going to taste baking soda-y.
So if I replace all the missing baking powder with baking soda, it'll mess with the flavoring of the biscuits, and we don't want that to happen. So I need to take half of the flour that I already measured in, take it out, and only double instead of quadruple.
I wouldn't mind if it messed up the flavor, just to my advantage.
Well, we can't have you having the advantage.
Can you find me
If he's cooking tin cans, I have no competition. This is in the bag.
Didn't you just have a pan inside of a pan?
It's called a double boiler, thank you.
And where are you
I am almost done. I have everything prepped at this point.
Somebody's got
It's in the oven. All right. Do you know that bacon activates the same part of your brain as cocaine?
The judges have arrived.
Y'all? I'm poaching an emergency egg in case one of these doesn't work out. I'm naming this egg Jessie because I don't have high hopes for it. Is it all going according to plan?
It is.
Really? I think your baking soda would disagree.
So now I'm gonna fry the eggs in the same tool as I cut the biscuits out, which will make everything the same size. I'm putting the lid on to catch the steam to cook the top too before I flip it. Are you done with this boiling process? Oh, that happened. So I'm going overtime now because Landry's dish finished a couple minutes ago and I haven't plated anything. I still have to, the biscuits still have to finish. I still have to assemble the sandwiches and cook them in the oven for about 10 minutes.
I want to know how I'm going to put that in my mouth.
One bite
My
at a
mouth
time.
doesn't open that wide.
And now we wait.
Show me your victory pose.
Are we ready, team? Judges, commence. I'm so excited right now.
So are we judging?
We're judging on everything.
Strictly on flavor or?
Oh no, it's everything.
presentation.
Presentation, which they all look very, very similar, and they are all warm, which is not easy with all the components involved in Eggs Benedict.
Taste that lemon coming out in the
Yep.
holidays.
I'm probably gonna eat the whole thing.
Sorry, Jesse.
The poached egg is
We're gonna
exactly the way I
fill.
like it.
We're gonna fill up on this and not even get to try yours.
That is seriously amazing.
Everything's flavored well. I like the way that the English muffin is toasted.
And all the different textures. I think we have a really excellent example of Eggs Benedict here. I feel like there's very few pleasures in life, food-wise, that rate as high as a perfectly done egg. And the thing about a poached egg is every part of it is perfectly done, and I love a poached egg, and I don't know how to do it myself, so I really enjoyed the egg you made me.
I think the only thing that I would have changed is I would have liked like some chives or something green on top to like set the colors off a little bit, or like even just pepper.
Just a little garnish or, oh right, some texture. Actually, I was craving arugula with that combination of flavors. Yeah, I kind of was expecting there to be a little bit of a little bit more in the area of presentation.
Just to make the colors pop.
Yeah, and that spice
But
that
the-
can contrast all the richness.
But the purple plate, like, that helped.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts, Nicole?
Well, I was kind of thinking that it would have been nice to like have a swirl of the hollandaise under the biscuit just to set it off a little bit with that presentation.
Okay. Okay.
So are the apples meant to be eaten with the sandwich, or just, it's a side?
It is a side that I put on the bottom.
So I'm really I feel like the presentation here went like over the top as far as like you're not expecting to have a pile of food on your plate, and it's kind of exciting. I feel like it's kind of exciting.
I'm not waiting for y'all.
No. No.
The apples are fantastic.
The
Yep.
cheese melted just perfect.
All right, so here we go.
Were you able to get that in your mouth?
Nope.
So I can taste the increase of baking soda versus baking powder in the biscuits. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world.
I don't taste it. I don't taste it. I mean, I don't know what I'm looking for.
The cheese is perfect.
The cheese is perfect. Perfect ratio of everything.
And you know what? It's not falling apart.
No, it's
It's
not.
really holding them together well.
Yeah, cheese like is doing its job.
And I'm gonna pause and take a bite of apple like between the savory, getting the sweet in there.
That took it to a different flavor.
We're almost having apples and cheese together.
I put apples on top of my sandwich.
I'm already thinking it's going to be difficult to pick a winner here.
But I would say my same criticism for you, Jesse, for Landry is I wish there was more color. Like, you didn't even have to eat. I feel like yours needed the arugula, like, just to have that crunch or whatever with it.
Well, the flavor would have gone a different.
The flavor would have gone a different direction, yeah.
Well, you know, I think that like Landry's was the more gourmet creation. But I was really missing some kind of garnish, some kind of different texture, color. It didn't have a ta-da effect on it, like, and even in your mouth, like it was good, but you were just looking for something a little bit more. That was the only thing about it though, because like as far as Eggs Benedict, it was perfection. I loved it, and she overcame the challenge of having everything be hot. And everything was hot, even the the ham off the edge of the thing was. The bun was hot, so that I feel like she hit the nail on the head as far as flavor and
She executed.
execution. Yeah.
I really feel like Eggs Benedict that's a high hurdle. Just
I can't
you say
cook it.
Eggs Benedict
Me neither.
and everybody's expectation goes up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you said, I feel like if you're going to attempt that, like it's those subtleties, it's the extra touches that really allow that dish to be able to step forward and to have that reputation that it does.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then Jesse's was, I mean, he had the ta-da effect. What with that like toothpick with the extra apple on top and everything. But then I felt like there are a couple of things lacking. I felt like I tasted the baking soda issue in the biscuits, but I'm a bit of a biscuit snob. But then the apples were not. Some of them were burnt and they're kind of dry, and I'm used to fried, like, let's not mention any restaurant names, but you're used to the fried apples being almost like applesauce, like
Yes.
apple pie filling. I was expecting like apple pie filling.
Yes.
And instead they were like lightly sauteed and a little dry. So
No, I like it. I mean, none of mine, I didn't have any burnt apples.
Okay.
And I kind of feel like if it was apple pie filling, then it would have, that would have affected the main course more.
Okay,
Like,
I
the
see what you're
biscuit
saying.
would have been soggy,
Yeah.
it soaked up that
It's
juice.
very true. Yeah.
And I feel like as it was, it really complemented the biscuit really nicely. I think we have to give the nod to that surprise,
The
the
complete-
didactic
The
factor.
completeness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay, so this was a really tough decision, and a lot went into it. And one of the things we wanted to share was how much we enjoyed the execution.
The Eggs Benedict was really amazing, but there was nothing that set it apart that took it the extra mile. While the breakfast sandwich went above and beyond, the presentation with the apple slice and being served on a pile of apples was not what we would have expected to be served or what we would have expected to eat for a breakfast sandwich. So Jesse, your breakfast sandwich wins.
Look at him, so one might say that I should learn to put my money where my mouth is and stop trash talking when I could lose. I haven't learned a thing. I'm gonna keep trash talking 100%.
I am really happy.
No cap.
Now I can hold that against you.
Yeah, that's what the problem is. I said he'd never let me forget it.
Thanks for watching. Come back next time to see who wins round 2. And don't forget to subscribe.